the taco place, like Chipotle. You've never been there before?
No. I thought it was just an American thing. So I had it yesterday. And at first I was like, $10 burrito. Fuck you. And then I realized how humongous it was. And I was like, okay, I can.
Oh, yeah.
This is $10 for like 2 meals. That's fine.
Have you ever had a La Tequila burrito from Victoria?
No.
There's
is that?
Okay. It's La Tequila. It's a Mexican place. There's one in the West Side Village. Over on the west side of the Bay Street Bridge.
Okay.
In the there's like West Side Village. There's a Save-On there and a liquor store, Spinnaker's liquor store. But they have there's an El Gordo burrito. It's $10. You get 2 choices of meat, and then everything you want. And then you usually get guac and sour cream in it as well. It's hot sauce, like the hottest sauce they have, and it's about $12. And it's delicious.
Yum.
What'd you get at Chipotle?
Burrito, brown rice, pulled beef, the bacoya or whatever, guac, cheese, corn, sour cream, lettuce, black beans, and there was one other thing, but it was like, we don't film anymore. So
Katie is making the motion, holding a gigantic burrito with both hands.
I'm trying to think of like an appropriate circumference. I think it was like, no, I was going to say it was a circumference of like a freshly baked sourdough loaf, but I feel like that might be a bit too big. Okay. It was the circumference of like maybe a little bit bigger than a wine bottle. Like
It's a big burrito.
It was hefty.
This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by Hefty Tacos. Hefty Burritos.
Hefty burritos.
The size of a wine bottle.
Hell yeah.
That's not my official. This is
that was mine. Thank you, Chipotle, for changing my life.
Okay, this is mine then. This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by Tim Tams. The most delicious cookies sold in stores. If you've never had yourself a Tim Tam, go get yourself a Tim Tam today.
Seriously, do it. This is another food I've never had before, and wow, what a cookie.
Welcome to Tim Tam Land. They're so good.
This is Real Garbage.
Wow, we're already in like mid-conversation. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't leave all that in.
Tim Tams, baby.
Okay, seriously though, these things, they react with my brain like cocaine does. I have one and I'm like, that was good. I was going to have one more. Next thing I'll be eating a whole pack of, they come in a random number.
Yeah.
I think they come in 11.
Weird. They don't come, like they're thick and the tray, there's not a lot of them. Like, if you think of a normal tray of cookies, like Chips Ahoy, it's like 3 rows of, I want to say like 20 cookies.
Maybe like a dozen, I would think. Like 36 in a bag.
Maybe, I don't know.
See, it doesn't even tell you on the package how many there are. This is the most irresistible chocolate biscuit, according to their packaging. Oh, and I told you too, you can you bite off one corner. Because they're wafers. You bite off one corner and you bite off another corner and you put that in milk and you can drink through it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9. 9.
What a weird amount.
Uneven number. No, like why? 9 cookies. But they are.
Because the 10th one will kill you.
Yeah, you're like, Tom Segura says 9 of everything is a lot. 9 of anything is a lot.
Yeah.
9 cookies. I baked, because it's get baked and bake season. Mm-hmm. I baked chocolate chip cookies the other day.
Yum.
But I did a whole batch. Like a batch. You could have made, 2 dozen cookies out of this. I made a dozen.
Oh, so they're huge.
They were about 1.5 inches thick.
Jesus.
And I don't know, the size of a hockey puck, a little bit bigger. And I ate one. I'm just like, wow, I've got the munchies real bad. I eat one. I'm like, that's good. I started having another one. I'm like, I'm getting fucking full here. I ate 2 and I felt just gross. And then about 20 minutes later, I'm like, I'll have one more. You always want to have one more.
Yep.
I ended up eating all 12 in not the one night.
Oh, okay.
Over the course of 2, maybe 2.5 days.
Jesus. Yeah. That's like.
I like my cookies, but I kept eating them before bed.
Oh.
And eating too much sugar before bed
Do you have
gives me
nightmares?
yeah. I can't remember what they were, but I had nightmares a few times, and then just really vivid dreams. I wasn't smoking a lot of weed at that point.
Just had a lot of cookies.
Yeah, doing cookies and milk, dairy and cookies.
Before bed.
Apparently, if you eat cheese before bed, I remember this now. So I heard it on TV the other day, or some show I was watching. Anything pickled within like an hour of going to bed, or 2 hours, like so olives, pickles, pickle juice, and cheese. Eat cheese before bed. You have fucking crazy dreams.
Really?
Yep. And it used to happen to me when I worked up north.
I'm gonna have some pickles before bed tonight and
Try it.
report back tomorrow morning.
If you're listening out there, try it for yourself at home.
Have some pickles tonight.
Eat some pickles, eat some
Olives,
pepperoncinis,
cheese.
olives, cheese.
Have
maybe-
a little wine.
Yeah, make yourself a fucking pickleback.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Or just, Jameson, just pickle juice.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my dreams.
Honestly, when I was a kid, like after Halloween in November,
Halloween or Halloween?
Halloween. All Hallows Eve.
All right, fine.
Halloween. It's not Halloween.
It's Halloween.
No, because it's All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, in the hollow, but
In the hollow.
everywhere. No. I like the Tim Burton remix of In the Ghetto.
Yeah.
In the hollow.
In the hollows.
I don't know.
Halloween.
It just sounds weird hearing Halloween.
Well, I'm not gonna. It's like, okay, I always get roasted
Canada
when I
or
say
Canada?
when I
Canada. We're in Canada.
Canada. God. But I always get roasted when I say pasta. I don't say it like pasta, but I don't say pasta. It's pasta. Think of an Italian. If you're talking to an Italian, they're not going to say, "Oh, mamma mia, rigatoni pasta."
Papa-da-boopy.
Like, it's not going to happen.
I can't even think of how I say it now. But I say pasta.
Pasta.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm totally wrong. It's pasta.
I waver in between like pasta and pasta. It's
Yeah, you got
pasta.
any of that pasta?
You got some pasta
You guys
sauce?
making pasta? I'm not like a fancy Italian restaurant. I'm
No.
asking for pasta.
Yeah, pasta.
Yeah, please have a plate of pasta.
Just like a soft A, like a pasta.
pasta.
Not pasta.
Pasta. No, now I'm getting too posh. Pasta.
Pasta.
Please have some pasta.
And some Cabmerlo.
Edward Longbottom Jaw. Yes, I'll have the pasta, please.
The Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc.
All right. I was trying to figure out where can we take this conversation now to lead into
lead
talking
it.
about murderous dolls.
Halloween.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess. It's fucking almost October. I just had a birthday.
I know. Happy
There's-
birthday.
Thank you. It was earlier this week.
Yeah.
It was good. Everyone's like, "What are you gonna do for your birthday?" I'm like, "Nothing.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what are you going to do? You're like,
Nothing."
have a drink?
Yeah. I booked myself an appointment at the chiropractor for the next day.
Yeah.
As a gift to myself.
1 year older. Clickety clack.
Yep. I can, it's nothing like getting 1 year older to remind you that you're aging, but you're not getting any smarter. I'm still a fucking
Dumb as fuck.
idiot. Like I'm sitting right here like this. My posture is getting worse. My back is getting more sore.
Your legs are elevated.
Yeah, I know. I just did that because my back was like
Hurting.
What are you doing? I want to sit with my legs crossed, but that's not good.
That's like, okay, so I went to Vancouver the other day and I came back, and I got a new bra that actually legit 100% fits. And my back pain, I've only had it for like a day, like been wearing it for a day, but my back pain has gone down significantly.
Wow.
Yeah. But also the appearance of my boobs has gone down significantly because they're not bulging out of every side of a bra that's too small. Brandon keeps like looking and giggling and he's like, You look like a normal person now.
My friend that was at the bar with me the other day having a beer, when she met you,
Oh,
you
yeah.
walk away, she goes, she has some gigantic guns. I'm like, she does. She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool.
Oh my
I've
God.
been. When was I in Vancouver last? Oh, to see Tom Segura in August. We hiked the Chief. It's a
Yeah,
good
that
time.
was intense.
I want to do it again. I want to go camping on the weekend. It's supposed to rain again this weekend.
Oh yeah, no, we're fully into fall now.
I hate it. I just need. Well, I do too, because it's making it really easy to be super lazy and just sit
Yeah.
inside. I'm like, oh, it's raining outside. I can't do
What
anything.
am I supposed to do?
I'm being an idiot and just playing Skyrim too much.
Are you gonna check out Borderlands 3?
No.
No?
I played Borderlands 2 and I beat it way back when it came out. And I've been playing the pre-sequel with my friend Jen from the States. So I just downloaded DayZ without even trying it first. It's ridiculous.
Is that Russian one?
No, yeah.
Oh.
You drop in on a gigantic map that isn't even in the game. You have to download an app for the map. So then when you land, you just land and you're okay. All right, here I am.
So you're simultaneously looking at two pieces of technology, your phone and the game on your TV.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So it doesn't tell you where you are on the map. You just have to pick a direction and walk and try to find road signs or anything that you can identify where you are, and then ping it on the map. And if you're playing with other people, they're on that same map as well. You're in the same server. So they ping themselves. And as you're traveling towards each other, like I played for 2 hours the other night and didn't get anywhere near meeting up with the guys I was playing with. And you're walking through homes, and there's like, you're picking up canned food, and you have to find water and drink water. So objective 1 is drink water, eat some food. I'm like, God damn it. Meanwhile,
do
you're
you
trying
have to clean the water?
Yeah, you can't just drink like pond water, because if you do, you drink too much, you start throwing up, and you get
my
like,
God.
pond
Pond sickness.
Yeah, pond. I don't even know.
Pond sickness.
You've got the pond sickness, but you have to you find like canned food, eat the canned food, or like, and you're trying to evade zombies at the same time, and they're like 28 days later zombies, so they get the
they're
rage
fast as
virus. Yeah,
fuck.
so they'll just run after you. So you keep running out of stamina, they catch you, they murder you.
Oh my God.
But I'm like, and while I'm trying to get to them, there's like 3 of them playing. They're all in the same spot, and they're like, okay, we need to get a car battery for this car. Okay, we got a car. Let's find this car battery. Oh no, now we need jumper cables. Find some jumper cables. And then we need a new tire for the back right side. Okay, we gotta find that too. An hour and 20 minutes putting a car together. And they're like, okay, we're coming to you. And then 20 minutes later, like, oh man, we gotta fix this, or it's overheating. The rad needs to be changed. I'm like,
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, what is the point of this game? They go, just to survive, man.
Yeah.
You just gotta survive. I'm like, to what end though? They're like, you just survive. There's other people on the map,
Jesus.
and if you kill them, they respawn, and if they kill you, I'm like, then how does it end?
Yeah,
They're like,
exactly.
it just goes.
Oh,
I go-
having like no objectives, or having like everything be an objective, but therefore having no objectives would be super
Well,
frustrating.
It's real life apocalyptic situation. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You get immersed in this game, and then you just live that life instead of
Jesus,
living
like
this
The Walking
life.
Dead.
Yeah. And I'm
Oh.
thinking, I can't play this,
Yeah.
because it's like there's real life out there.
I wonder maybe if that game had introduced some futuristic sci-fi elements to it, like rather than having to get a car battery and like fix a car, what if they took a game like that, but you had to survive in like a future post-apocalyptic world? So I don't know, you wouldn't be feeling like, wow, I'm literally like, this is my life in 10 or 20 years,
Yeah.
like
It's a realistic possibility minus the zombies in it.
yeah. But, and there's always been talk of like AI and self-driving cars. So in that instance, like having a game explore that would be super cool. Like this movie explored it.
Throw in a couple of AI killer dolls.
Boom! As soon as you started talking about that game and that car, I was like, tie back.
Like, oh, she's doing it. We're coming back soon. I'm like, I gotta put AI in here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
No, we watched the remake of Child's Play.
Yeah.
It was 1988 when that originally came out. This one, 2019, it got a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 59% from the viewers with a 6 out of 10 on IMDb.
Which is...
It's not bad.
Yeah.
For a remake, for one.
Because usually remakes are just shit and torn to shreds.
Yeah.
So, like, with this movie, I feel like they definitely elaborated on and did things right, for sure. But, obviously, it had some flaws, which is why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Although on the podcast, we have reviewed movies that we liked, but... I
didn't hate this one.
I didn't hate it either. It wasn't like I'm passionate about this. This was so good, better than the original. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Like
it gave new life to the old idea and it improved on it.
Yes.
Which is good because a lot of remakes don't. Or if they're just overloaded with CGI or hacky effects or just shitty acting, bad story.
Yeah.
This I felt was like I watched it. This is the second time I watched it. We just watched it, and there's things I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that. But I was legitimately uncomfortable during some of the scenes with the doll. Like when I don't want to jump too far ahead, but after he offs one character and he's replaying the sounds from the murder, I'm like, ugh.
And
creepy ass doll.
I think it was really brilliant casting Mark Hamill as Chucky.
Oh, yes.
Because at first when I heard, last year, I guess 2 years ago when they announced that they were doing this reboot or remake, and like my first thought was Brad Dourif better be coming back and voicing Chucky because he has been Chucky since 1988. Like he's done the voice.
Has it been that same voice the whole time?
Yeah, and fun fact, in the latest 2 installments of that franchise, The Curse of Chucky and The Cult of Chucky.
Wait, can you please tell the listeners and myself how many Chucky movies there are?
There's Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, The Bride of Chucky, The Seed of Chucky, The Curse of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky. So 7.
Jeez. And this one?
8. Yeah. The main protagonist in the latest 2 movies, excluding this one, so Curse and Cult, is Brad Dourif's daughter, Fiona Dourif. So that's super cool. But yeah, so when I found out that Brad Dourif wasn't doing the voice for this, I was really bummed, and I'm like, well, good fucking luck. Like, and then they cast Mark Hamill, and if I hadn't known about his voice work as the Joker in...
Oh, the animated series in the video games as well?
Yes.
Is that a mosquito?
I don't know if it's a mosquito or a crane fly, but I'm not down either way.
I'm going to kill it if it comes near me.
Yeah. If I didn't know that he had voiced the Joker, I would be really iffy about it because you only know him as Luke Skywalker. Like, the epitome of... the good guy.
Well, I know him as Cockknocker from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, too. Great little cameo for him.
But yeah, he did a fantastic job voicing Chucky. Like, it was so creepy, and you couldn't really recognize that it was Mark Hamill's voice.
I could tell in a couple spots, because there was just inklings of his Joker from the video games of the animated series. So I was like, ooh. Because he's so good at it, too.
I know. I meant more so like you can't recognize him as Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. Like if you hadn't known he had done voiceover work as the Joker, like you wouldn't recognize that as Mark Hamill's
hell
voice.
No. Yeah, totally different.
Get the fuck out of here.
What is it? Is it
the bug? I don't know. So yeah, the movie... also has Aubrey Plaza in it, and I love her. I saw this like meme where it was talking about cartoons and old shows that would have, if they had reboots, X would be perfect casting, and they cast Aubrey Plaza as Daria in the Imaginary reboot. You know, the cartoon Daria, super sarcastic in high school, played on MTV.
What year was that?
90s?
So you got to remember, I grew up on Bugs Bunny and Tweety Show.
Oh, yeah.
Animaniacs.
Oh my God. Yeah, this was in the 90s.
Yeah, I was still watching cartoons in 92,
Yeah.
93. But Kelly, but I didn't have cable though. I didn't
Oh.
get cable. I lived in the country, so we
Oh,
only got
right.
channel 2, 4, and 5. So we
Yeah,
had Bugs Bunny and Tweety, Animaniacs, just all those classics. I can't remember the rest, but shit'll pop into my head over the course of the next 45 minutes. But this, okay, yeah, you remarked right off the start. Why does he have an ET finger?
Yeah.
So they're introducing us to the Buddy doll. They give us the story about what he is right off the bat with a perfect 2 or 3 minute long commercial about it. I think it's his little remote finger basically because he can control everything that's controlled built by this company, which it doesn't seem like they're any further into the future than now.
No.
So
it seems like if this company like Kesslin or whatever was the proxy Microsoft or Apple. Because both of those things are like we have Alexas and all that in our houses. So it seemed like a proxy for that. But the thought of everything being connected was just too much for me. Not too much to believe, but too much to fathom. It creeped me out.
Why would people have a remote control for their table saw?
Yeah, and their thermostat and their TV and phones and their buddy dolls connected to it all and cars.
Thermostat I can understand. It's keep it set at this thing.
True.
Do everything you need to keep the whole.
Yeah, but why would your buddy doll be able to?
Well, that's what we were talking about during this movie. Was that why would they create such an insanely smart, intelligent, super high powered learning AI? And give it the ability to be violent and learn bad behavior and bad language. You should be able to, should be able to filter that out. But I'm not sure. I've never really studied AI. But it's a doll for children. You're going to be giving it to children. Why even give it the option to become violent?
I know. And so the movie opens and we're at a factory in Vietnam, building.
We assume.
No, that's what it said.
Did it?
Yeah, it said Vietnam.
Shit, I missed that. Watched it twice. I didn't even see it.
And then this guy is here is the first thing that ticked me off. I don't know if it's just the download or the movie in general. So if you saw the movie, if you saw the movie in theaters, then let us know if it was like this. But it didn't have any subtitles from when the boss was yelling at the guy in Vietnamese. So
not even Vietnamese subtitles.
No. So right off the bat, you kind of like I said, I don't know if this is the download or not, but it really alienated the audience right off the bat. And you're like, I don't give a shit. What the fuck's happening?
Yeah, that's what happened the first time I watched it. I was like, what? Why is he pissed off?
And then I looked up at the Wikipedia and it said that the guy was yelling at him for insufficient work and fired him. And I was like, great. Maybe there were subtitles, or maybe you are a Vietnamese speaker and you're like, this is what happened. Here you go, guys. But this guy, after getting fired, decides to go fucking ape shit and turns off all the controls on this one buddy doll. Violence inhibitor off. Language inhibitor off. And I'm like, why is there an option for it to be on?
Yeah, that's why. Back to what I was saying before. Why create such a potential threat of an AI robot for children?
Yeah,
and you're giving them to 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds. What I thought later on in the movie, because he uses it to look and see what his doll's looking at. I'm like, if you give that to a 10-year-old or 12-year-old kid nowadays, after being subjected to the internet and shit for their whole upbringing, what are they going to do with that doll? Yeah. That doll's all of a sudden climbing up the side of the neighbor's wall, looking through the bathroom window.
Looking at Mrs. Robinson. Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Robinson. Ah.
It's
creepy ass dolls.
Yeah.
But so I was kind of thinking, for about 5 minutes while we were watching that, after that scene, I was like, I wonder if maybe that guy was just really intense about something. Hey, are you going to play racquetball with me after work? Because you paid me last week and I have to get payback. He's like, oh, he just gets all mad and makes a killer robot. I was just coming up with conversations in my head. I'm like, what else are you yelling about? You parked in my parking space again. Fuck! This is the last straw. You're fired. No subtitles. This is what happens.
No, yeah.
But these things are this is just Big Brother hard at work.
Oh yeah,
You
totally.
give your child a buddy doll, and those things are tapped into everything. Everything. And their phones are probably...
Yeah.
Was it Kepler? Kevlin? Kelsen? Kelson? Kelper?
Kesslin.
Kesslin.
And
Samsonite.
yeah.
I was way off.
Oh my god.
Okay, all right. So then we go down to Taiwan, and then
This, I made a note. This doll was creepier than the old one, and like not so much in a good way in the beginning, because right off the bat you kind of were unsettled about this new doll, whereas in the 1988 one it was unassuming, so you didn't right off the bat get like that creepy feeling. But at the same time, the 88 one was based on like a serial killer voodooing himself in a doll, whereas this is AI. So,
Quacky doopy dembala,
Bala, give me the power I beg of you. Oh my god. I swear to God. Thunder cracks.
Sorry, neighbors.
No, didn't they move out?
I got new ones upstairs. I think it's like a mom and daughter. She's like high school age. They're really quiet. I fucking love having them up there.
Cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, they moved out like start of September.
Dinosaurs are extinct now.
So I was asking you if you thought it was animatronic or CGI, and they said, yeah, I looked it up, and it was mostly animatronic,
Good.
except for, of course, like the fight scene at the end,
Yeah.
which was quite obviously CGI.
Yeah, if they made a really good decision making or keeping the doll practical effects rather, because if they could do it in 1988 and have it be terrifying, there's no way that they should have done CGI in this one. So that was a good call.
Well, they actually showed him, like, he was full on walking.
Yeah,
which is
with
really cool.
Andy.
Yeah, that's where I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because I remember...
In the original, if he were walking, you only saw his little feet, and they were like...
Yeah. Doom, 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 doom. Boom, boom, boom. Classic Bugs Bunny and Tweety sound effects. Doom, 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 doom. But yeah, and then you just saw like maybe his hands with his like silhouette and shit. And this was like, I'm like, this thing is full on walking. That is creepy. That just added to the creepy factor for me. Because I didn't like in Happy Time Murders.
Oh,
I did
God.
not like seeing those things walk. It creeped me right out. And so yeah, he gets the buddy from his mom. I love how she conned Buddy into getting the buddy. Like, oh, didn't you sleep with this person? How's your wife doing?
How's your wife? And he's like, shut the fuck up.
You bitch.
Yeah.
So she gets the defective doll. I love how the woman brings it back and goes, so we just turned it on and the eyes started to glow red and it just wasn't acting right. So can I get my money back? And she's like, I'll take it and give it to my son.
Yeah.
It might be a murderous doll, but
fuck it.
It was free. So there's that. And then, yeah, the thing is defective as shit. And they fix it. They get it working.
And then the little Easter egg when it's like, what's my name? And Andy is like, Han Solo. And he's like, did you say Chucky?
Chucky? No, it's not what I said at all. It's Chucky. So, yeah, then he's watching him sleep. Blech. And, okay, that made me beg the question, do the regular dolls watch you sleep?
Oh.
Like, what was inhibited on him that made him watch you sleep? Is it just no sleep mode? Do the other dolls sleep? Like, or are other kids waking up in the middle of the night going, ah! While their dolls go, is it time to play yet? Are we having fun? Like, no,
you
we're
are
not.
my buddy.
My buddy. I'll never leave you, Andy. I want to learn how to do that voice. It's creepy.
Oh, God.
Okay, I thought of this too because I think he pops home that, and there's like Shane, that dickbag Shane. Fucking don't like that guy. But they become like friends, and he actually starts creating a friendship with this thing.
Yeah.
How weird would it be having a robot that
As
would
a
just,
friend?
yeah. I mean, like, just like right now, just getting a doll. Someone's like, here you go, here's a buddy.
That's what I said. I said, like, if this were real, this would desocialize kids more than iPads and other technology has already done. Like his mom is like, Andy, go outside and make some friends. Like, we just moved here. Oh, but here's this doll who learns and mimics everything you teach him. So you don't really need to go make friends. Like, it's...
See, this or that. That's a really good possibility. And I believe that too. It makes a lot of sense because like phones are already bad, not for kids.
Yep.
Dolls that will do everything they want and everything they say and agree with everything these kids say. And yeah, they're going to make them worse.
Yeah.
Or some of the smarter kids will start banding together with other kids and create armies of buddies.
Oh, like a buddy kid fight club.
That buddy fight club. Or they just start using buddies to rob places.
Oh, yeah. Buddy did it.
Buddy the bank robbers. They're buddies, and they rob banks this summer. 4 kids with all their buddies. Or the bank bandits.
The buddy bank bandits.
The buddy bank bandits. So he tries to kill his cat.
Yeah, Chucky, like the cat scratches Andy, and Chucky just starts choking him out.
That was like, ugh.
Holy shit.
Zero remorse in that robot.
No, and that was so, like, that was the first act of violence in the movie. Mm-hmm. And I was taken aback, and I was like, oh, fuck, they're getting started already. And then,
well, he teaches them, he tells them right there, you can't kill the cat.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. And you're like, I don't think that's really sinking in.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, you can't do that. And he's like,
but he hurt you.
Oh,
but at this
God.
point, I kind of thought he seemed like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. Do I get to tend the rabbits, George? Mm-hmm. He hurt you, George. Mm-hmm. I'm going to hurt him. Like,
yeah.
it just seemed very simple. I was like, weird. This is kind of odd. But, it's just, it is don't tell me to speak now. It was a robot.
And then, so after that, Andy meets...
Oh, yeah, Shane. Fallon and Pug.
Pugs.
Yeah, because he taught him how to do creepy faces.
Oh,
I think,
yeah.
Because he came up with the idea to scare Shane.
Oh, yeah.
And then they meet them in the hallway, Fallon and Pug. And that's when they're like, what, this thing's broken? Like, I was going to use it to scare Shane, but I don't think I should. He's like, yeah, you fucking should.
Yeah.
Pug, I like that guy.
Yeah.
He was good.
I'm going to have a really hard time not calling him Pugsley.
Call him Pugsley. Do whatever you want.
But yeah, so then they use the doll to scare Shane, which is great. And because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And then the kids plus Chucky are having a sleepover. And Chucky's like, oh, do you want to play? Do you want to play? And they're watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this, like, I don't care. I watched scary movies when I was a kid, like when I was their age. And even now, still watching them, like, if someone's getting hacked up with a chainsaw or anything, like, I don't laugh at, like, those gratuitous violent moments. Like, they freak me out or I'm just, like, bored. But, if I'm laughing during a horror movie, it's usually due to the dialogue or exposition and not, like, when the violence happens. Mm-hmm. So when the kids were laughing at that, I was like, okay. Like, this, like, the kids are laughing at this because it's a useful plot point to get Chucky to mimic and realize, oh, violence is funny. They like this.
I can kill someone and get a laugh from Andy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everything just revolved around Andy. That's another creepy thing about these dolls.
Yeah.
Is that they are 100% focused and obsessed on the person they imprint on.
Yep. So then Chucky goes and grabs a kitchen knife and comes back and is walking at them, mimicking Texas Chainsaw. And then he, like, slices Andy when he's holding him down with a pillow. And he's like, oh, I thought you wanted this. Like, I thought we were playing.
Heads up, bitch. Heads up, bitch.
Heads up, bitch.
And he brings that back later, too.
Yeah. And then...
then they lock him up. Oh, wait. No, then he's sitting in his room, and he's like, I'm going to go hang out with Pug and Fallon. But the facial expression on
Yeah.
the animatronics they were phenomenal.
Yeah, like
Like-
he actually emoted.
Yeah, you're like, he actually looks sad. I'm like, he does.
Yeah.
He feels bad for what he did.
I know.
Well, for a little while.
Yeah. And then
Evil.
and then what? Shane comes back?
No, the cat. So
Oh God.
yeah, he comes
right.
back and he's murdered the cat. Now this is where I asked you. I said, well, with these things being able to record video and audio, and you bought this thing, so you basically and you signed the user agreement, so you're allowing people to see that. Somebody out there's got to be watching through the eyes
Yeah.
of these dolls.
There's
and
no
like,
way.
There's somebody's like, oh shit, doll number 2473 just murdered a cat. We need to get it off the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, or he tried to murder a young boy. Oh, and then his owner tackled him. We should probably send someone over there. They're like, oh,
Yeah, like
just
there's no
let it play out and see what happens.
monitoring. Maybe
Like
it's
it's like the freaking FBI. I'm like, that's probably what this is.
maybe it's all a secret ploy to like thin out population issues.
Just make murderous dolls.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why they have the violent triggers, like on and off.
Whoa. Welcome to Conspiracy Theory episode 60. But yeah, I thought somebody had me watching that. Oh, okay. This is what this part I was talking about earlier. Yeah, so Chucky's killed the cat.
Oh.
Andy's sleeping, and Chucky's in the corner in the dark with just his eyes lit up, playing the sounds of the cat through his little speaker.
Yeah.
That, when I watched that, I was like, I had the lights off. I was like, good God.
Yeah,
Doll's
that
creepy.
was unnerving for sure.
Oh, so then next day, Andy comes home, and this is where we're both. You said it was because Chucky's sitting on the couch holding both knees.
He's like sitting on the arm of the couch facing the door, and his hands are on his knees. And I'm like, I turn to Jeff and I'm like, when you come home past curfew and your parents are waiting for you, like that's truly what it looked like.
Where have you been all night?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
And then
Where are the drugs?
and then Shane's there
Okay, Shane in one scene doing up his shirt. Shane in this scene doing up his pants.
Yeah. Like
Come on.
we get it.
Oh, wait, we must add, sorry to cut you off. We must add that he threw the cat down the garbage chute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy put the cat's body in a brown box and then put him down the trash chute in his apartment building.
Sorry, Captain Meowsley. What was that cat's name anyway? I can't remember. It was a baseball player name.
Ricky, no.
Ricky Bobby.
No, it was Mickey Rourke. No.
That's no.
Mickey Rooney. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, because like, where's Rooney? Okay. So then, I think this is where Shane goes to take a piss, and the doll's in the bathroom.
Yeah, and
Scares the shit out of him.
scares him.
So yeah, then he goes into Andy's room. He's like, "You got something to fucking say? You say me?"
Oh yeah, because the doll was like, "He's such an asshole."
Shane's such an asshole. And so yeah, that's when he goes there and confronts him, and then we get to see that Shane he's leaving because he's pissed off at Andy, and he's like giving his mom shit. So he goes down to his truck, and then here into the back. I'm like, "Oh, Chucky's in the back." So of course he shows up to his other home, his home with his family. This cheating piece of shit, putting his wedding ring back on.
Yeah, has two kids.
My daughters, you're getting so big.
Yeah, like how long have you been gone? What do you do for work that can justify you having a second life in this city and like leaving?
Yeah, he's just chilling out at her place from what we've seen.
Yeah.
They're either banging or they're sitting on the couch, and he's like, Andy, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shh. Shaking my head.
I'm like, shut up.
He's a
turd.
super judgmental piece of white trash.
Yep.
But, so now we're at his place.
Oh.
And he has to take the Christmas
lights down. And he's complaining. He's like, I have to do everything around here. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
God,
Literally
Christmas
such
lights.
an annoying like trope. I have to do everything around here. I fucking make the money and I bring the money home and I'm a supportive husband and a good man. Shut the fuck up. God.
Wouldn't you turn your lights off before you took them off the...
I know, like leaving his Christmas lights on and he's just yanking them down. I'm like, get zapped, bitch.
Yeah, this guy was an idiot. So I had this... he leaves the lights on. Now, how did... this is where I start questioning. I'm like, okay, this is a doll. He's like 3 feet tall. How did he get, like, wasn't a ladder's extended like that and there's a man's full weight on it? You can't just knock it down.
No, like me as a person, if you were standing on a ladder, I don't think I'd be able to like topple you over without like great force.
Well, he didn't topple him over. He collapsed it in the middle.
Oh,
It's a sliding ladder. So he slid so to do that, you have to push up on the top half and pull the little locks back and then it'll drop. And even if you do that, if they don't have the thing to stop it, they'll hook on the next one. So this is where I'm like, okay, how did the doll knock the ladder down? Because this is this was a hard scene to watch.
Yeah.
Even the second time around, this dude falls like, what, 20 feet? Lands on both
directly on his legs and his like shin bones pierce the skin. And I'm like, like that's truly the only type of like body horror I cannot handle is bones protruding. Like there's a scene in a different movie, The Descent. If you've never seen it, watch it. It's so good and scary. But there's
this about some descent into a cave or something.
Yeah. And there's like giant fetuses or like fetus looking things around. Anyway, one of the characters falls and same thing, like she breaks her arm or leg and the bone sticking out and I'm like,
it's one of those things you see, and then even later on in the movie, Andy lands on his feet, and I'm like,
yeah. I'm like, fuck no.
He's good. Yeah. He's fine. So we get to our second death scene. So he shattered his shins.
This is the one you're rooting for, though, because you're fuck this guy.
This guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So he gets all twisted up in the Christmas lights. Nobody can hear him because his daughter's wearing headphones, and nobody knows where his wife is.
Probably fucking another dude. I would be.
She's like, I'm just going out for milk, hon. See you in 2 days.
He had to get milked.
Getting booked. So he's getting, so then Chucky fires up the rototiller, yeah. That's sitting in the field still, in the watermelon patch.
Yeah.
Because they have watermelon and corn. We don't know where this is.
Down by the bay.
Didn't say where it was.
Where the watermelons grow.
I met a girl, this I know.
Yes, I do. Forever he say. Have you ever seen a whale with a polka dot tail? Down by the bay, down by the bay.
With a watermelon. Okay, I kind of remember that. It's been a long time. Whoa.
Right? When you said watermelon patch, I was like, like the wheels were turning.
I was just thinking watermelon crawl. Do the watermelon crawl.
What the hell?
Toby Keith or something, some country artist. I can't remember. We'll look it up later. But he's getting, so he gets dragged into the fucking rototiller, spins around, manages to stop it. And then red-eyed Chucky comes up and he's like, it's tickle time. And just starts stabbing him. Oh, if he gets his face ripped off by the
he goes to stab him, and then the guy lets go of the tiller to block him, and then he gets scalped, and I'm like,
and then he stabs him more because he's like, what does he say? He brings back that one line.
He's like, this is for Tupac.
Oh, yeah. Kid's like, stab it and say this is for Tupac. I want to sing the Buddy song. So even that, I'm like, man, so he's learning, he's remembering things like that, and he's using them for comic relief.
Yeah.
So can AI develop personalities?
This is something.
Because it seems like he is.
Yeah.
So after that one, I love how, where are we at?
So then the murder gets reported, and the detective who lives in the same building as Andy and his mom,
Detective Mike.
Yeah, shows up to the crime scene wearing white shoes. And he's like, I just bought these shoes. I'm like, you know what? If they get wrecked, that's your own fucking fault. You're a grown-ass man. You're a detective going to a murder scene wearing white sneakers. Fuck you.
But he did look cool in those sneakers.
Yeah. And then
I can't keep white sneakers clean.
No, I can't keep anything white clean.
I don't even call them sneakers. Why am I calling them sneakers right now?
Oh, because I call them sneakers.
Yeah. I call them running shoes. Well, no, they're not running shoes. Skate up. Well, they're sneakers then.
I always say sneakers.
Your sneakers.
Your sneakers.
Are those new sneakers? I have all kinds of sneakers.
Those New Balance sneakers.
What are you, a 60-year-old father? Wearing your New Balance sneakers. So he wakes up to a head in his room. I love how this kid just gets up, throws in a yawn, walks out the door of his room. There's a head right there.
Yeah, there's Shane's scalped face on a watermelon.
I think if I woke up in the morning and there was a face on my door, I'd probably notice.
Yeah.
I think he just walks up and he's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Which
and
just,
I guess his mom is already gone to work, so she doesn't hear that.
Yeah, no, because she was there. She was there. Remember? Because she's like, "Oh, how come you're not in school?" So this doesn't make any sense here. He gets the face in the watermelon. The kids come over. His friends, Fallon and Pugsley. And they're like,
wrap it up to throw it away.
Yeah, and then they're going to leave, and she's like, she didn't look like she just came home. It's like she just came out of the bathroom.
Yeah, and she's like, "Why aren't you in school?" And he's like, "Oh, explosive diarrhea, Mom." She's like, "Great." And then they wrapped up asshole's head in wrapping paper. And he makes up this lie to his mom that it's for Mike's mom across the hall who's been helping him with homework. And then she's like, "Oh, let's go give it to her." Ooh.
Or can he just go, "Mom, I'm going to do this on my own."
Yeah.
Just back the fuck off.
"Mom, I'll go give it to her."
"You're not coming with me, Mom.
Yeah, like,
I'm doing this by myself. I got to do it alone,
"I'm a
Ma.
13-year-old boy, Ma.
I got to do it alone, Ma." And then, of course... Yeah, so she's like, "Okay, I'll play along," which isn't even believable.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, for the homework," and she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that now." Like,
yeah.
What else are you doing, lady? Like, you're probably retired. You're not doing anything else.
No.
You're gonna remember if you're tutoring some kid 3 days a week. You're like, "Oh, Andy, how are those books? How are those grades coming?"
Yeah.
Then just say, "What's up? What are you guys here for? I don't recognize you, kid. What's in your hands? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?" But so she takes it. I'm thinking that thing's gonna start stinking pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like it's just slapped onto maybe is it taped onto the watermelon? You think?
Yeah, or like pinned.
Ugh. Well,
Yeah.
pinned, and then they had to wrap it in paper though. It could be pinned.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's taped. So let's say it's duct tape.
Yeah.
Face duct tape to a watermelon with more duct tape on it, and then
Yeah.
wrapped in.
So the watermelon and the skinned face are both going to start stinking.
Oh, that's gonna be gross.
Yeah.
So he's like, "I'll just keep it there till next Friday." So a week, and then his plan was, I guess he invited himself over for dinner. It's risky though. Like, why wouldn't she be like, "I want to know what's in it"? And just rip it open and like, "Oh, that's a face. Oh my!" It seemed like a weird idea. And then of course I love when they got it back, they just right down the garbage chute.
Yeah, all their problems.
Life got you down. You got problems. Throw them in the garbage
Trash
chute.
chute.
Put them in the trash chute.
And then afterwards, Chucky's like, "Oh, we can play now." And he says he killed Shane. So then Andy and his friends
Oh yeah.
decide to dismantle Chucky, and they throw him in the trash chute.
I loved his Iron Man chest battery.
Yeah.
Like, whose idea was this? But at least put it in his back.
I know, right? Just right in the center.
It's just like, that's not Iron Man at all.
And then the wannabe, I looked up on IMDb, the janitor was not Jack Black. He just very closely resembled him. Yeah, it wasn't Jack Black.
Seriously?
Yeah. It was, let me see if he's been in anything. Yeah, he was not Jack Black, but Jack Black wannabe finds him in the trash and wants to rebuild him to sell him on eBay.
Yeah, it's just like this is his big chance to make some money.
Yeah, and then we find out that he is a fucking creep and has cameras everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, I was glad, and I'm glad to hear it's not Jack Black.
Yeah,
Sounds
his
like-
name's Trent Redicop.
Trent Rent-A-Cop.
Yeah.
His name is Jack Orange. His name is not Jack Black. Legal name. No, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fixes him up, and then
This death, like thinking about it, kind of reminds me of like a Saw death.
yeah, because it was literally with a saw.
Yeah.
But I see. I understand what you mean, though. Like the way it was like he almost ended him and drove him to that spot in the room.
Yeah.
Why would you climb up on a table saw?
I know.
Like, just don't climb up on anything that can kill you.
Right? Like,
And I brought this up that he could have. Okay, he's hanging off the pipe, and Chucky starts cranking the temperature up, that water boils almost immediately, like super hot, up 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
yeah.
Like, okay, that wouldn't happen that fast. And he could have just done two hand over hands and just dropped off and not landed on a saw.
But they needed this to
It
further
was
plot.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the thing, I was annoyed that they only showed about 1.5 inches of that saw blade sticking out of the table when he first climbed up on it.
Yeah.
And then after they cut him, I'm like, okay, he wouldn't be, it would hit you, probably cut you a bit, and you'd roll forward. Your weight would push you forward.
Yeah.
But he gets like the whole
His
leg
leg-
sawed off.
Yeah.
And then they show 4 inches of the saw sticking out. I'm like, okay, even that would not be enough to saw your leg completely off.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a completely unrealistic death. It wouldn't be a death. It would just be a very bad wound.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tool Talk with Jeff. Today we talk of the dangers of table saws.
So then, Mike's mom, Doreen, is headed to bingo.
That was her name. Oh, wait, no, Doreen.
Yeah.
What was Aubrey Plaza's name? Mom!
Yeah, literally. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't remember hearing it.
Oh, Karen.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Karen!
Karen.
Did you ever see the movie Blade?
I saw Blade 3.
Oh, you haven't seen wait, you mean Blade Trinity?
Yeah.
You haven't seen the original?
I think I saw it like long time ago, but I can't remember anything about it.
It's good. It's good.
Maybe I didn't see it then.
Oh, I remember that dude I would say Jack Black got stabbed in the nuts, but it wasn't Jack Black. That was brutal.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the part where I'm thinking, okay, this thing has like a now mind of its own, and it's super smart and intelligent, and it's devious because now it gift wrapped itself and gives it to what's the black kid's
Omar.
name? Omar. Yeah, and then pretends to be Chode. He's like, I'm your friend, Omar. Salute your master, Chode. He's like, gotcha, bro.
Yeah.
And yet still finds Andy and is like, I'm your friend till the end, bro. Like, you're never going to escape me. And if you don't want to be my friend, then no one's going to be your friend. And like, Jesus Christ, like he's making this real personal.
Yeah.
It just seems that that was a cool little twist they put on the AI. But I don't know if it happens like that in real life or not. Like it would be like Dave from was it Space Odyssey 2001 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do that for you, Michael. No, it wasn't Michael. David. I can't do that for you, David. I haven't seen that movie. Somebody was talking about it the other day, and I kind of want to see it.
You should.
So oh my God, the new buddies, the Buddy Twos. What did you think of the creepy bear?
They were literally the worst thing. Like, the Buddy doll as a bear. Oh,
I
my
thought
God.
it looked like a beaver.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, I actually wrote down, is that a beaver?
It looked like they put the skin of a Build-A-Bear on the
Yes.
Buddy doll. It was so unnerving.
Well, what do you think? Okay, so I think we had that advertisement. Yes, Doreen's going to Bango in the fully automated car. So I looked up while we were watching. I looked up if there are any fully automated driving cars on the road now. There actually are. As of 2016, there's fully automated cars in Vegas. There's a couple companies that work out of Vegas, and I think down in California as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know if I trust fully automated cars yet with idiots on the road.
Right?
Ooh.
Like, even, like, Brandon's car is semi-automated. Like, it has lane assist. So if your signal's not on and it senses you're, like, about to go onto the line, it corrects you. And, like, he'll, when he first got his car and we were in it, he would show me and like let the car veer a bit, and then you would feel the car correct, and I'm like fuck.
I wouldn't be able to let go of the wheel. I couldn't.
No.
I just couldn't let it take full control.
Yeah. So then Doreen's having the time of her damn life, rolling up to bingo, and her friends are outside, and she's like, hey, look at my ride. And then her friends are like, oh my God, it's Doreen. And then she goes to get out, and the car just rips it in reverse. And I'm like, okay, Doreen's friends don't give a shit. Like, they were literally just there, and they're not like, holy shit, what the fuck's Doreen doing?
And they didn't chase her at all.
No. And Doreen, like, gets dragged around the parking lot in this car. And then Chucky's there, and the only motivation is that Doreen is, like, a friend to Andy. So.
Yeah, he doesn't want anybody to be Andy's friend.
Damn.
So that's another, like, that's where the AI is developing a personality because he makes it a point to drive her car right up to him so he can look her in the eye and go, you'll never be Andy's friend.
Yeah.
And then drive her into the fucking, like, what was it, a light post?
Yeah. Or no, another car.
Diabolical.
And unengaged her airbag and seatbelt.
Yeah.
And then this was the unbelievable part. So she's in there and then crashes the car and she's still alive. And then she's looking around and Chucky's somehow in the car now.
Says he
and
sees
stabs her.
I see you.
Yeah. And then stabs her.
Like, it appears in the other seat. All of a sudden, just, I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
come on.
And then Detective Mike finds out and he's upset. And then the watermelon head in the trash is found. And, you know, like he saw the gift in his mom's house, so he knows it came from Andy. But do you really believe that a 12-year-old kid who's partially deaf followed his mom's boyfriend to his house in the suburbs?
Yeah, because he had a farm.
And scalped him and cut off his face and then brought it home? Like, do you really, like, that to me, I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's
he would believe that.
I think he might have just been reacting from finding out his mom's dead.
Oh, yeah.
So that was probably a bit of it. I gotta take this out on somebody. So then we get to, so now they're gonna sell these. We got 3 minutes till they sell these Buddy dolls.
Ooh.
And I love the Black Friday style crowd waiting.
Oh yeah, maul each other.
It's yeah, but then of course as soon as he arrests them there, crowd comes in, but the crowd is like nobody there as they're like running the other way, shooting from the other side. I'm like, yeah, there should be more people. I'm like, I like how they did that. It's like thousands of people waiting, and then there's like 35, 35. Yeah, like what? Oh, that's it. Excuse me, pardon me. We need to get one of those dolls.
Yeah, and then this guy, Karen's boss from the first engagement of her being like, yeah, you're gonna let me take this doll home because you cheated on your wife with Susan or whatever.
Oh yeah. That was him. That was the same guy. I didn't realize that.
He was in the Buddy 2 suit, and Chucky's in the suit with him somehow and stabs him in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes out there in front of kids and takes his head off.
Now, here's a question. He gets stabbed in the neck. So maybe he just climbed up on his back, reached in, and stabbed him.
Maybe.
So if that's the case, there's no seal around his neck.
Yeah,
there wouldn't
it
be a
would have
seal.
it would have been bleeding down.
Yeah, there would have been blood just because it's pulsing out of his jugular. It would have been all over him before he took that helmet off.
Yeah.
And then, for effect, it's just shooting kids in the face.
Yeah.
That was pretty brutal. Now, here, I have a question about this next scene. The drones. When did Chucky have time to tape knives to the propellers of all those drones? Because that's what he did.
Oh, was it?
There was knives. I'm pretty sure there was knives taped to them all.
I just thought it was the drones themselves, which wasn't believable to me. I'm like, why would drone blades be?
No, I think I missed it this time, but the first time I watched it, there was knives taped to all of them. And there's like 30 drones.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like there was, I don't know, maybe 10, maybe a dozen. But
a lot.
So yeah, did he recruit the other dolls to help him? Like, all right, you put these on there, and you tape that on there, you hold them, you tape them. Yeah, we got it, boss. He's just created a fucking army.
Well, yeah, he did, because those stupid bears come to life.
Yeah, that thing was fucking creepy as shit. So then the kids are going to escape, and he turns around and he's like, you can't go, Andy. and he has his mom. How many of these dolls would it take to manhandle a full-grown woman, say 130, 125-pound
her.
woman? Yep. Tape her up, drag her from the store, because she was on the ground. She wasn't incapacitated. She was like screaming, Andy! And all of a sudden, not 2 minutes later, she's tied up and taped up and has a noose around her neck.
Yeah.
Which one of these dolls can tie a noose?
Yeah.
Can the bear tie a noose? I got it, boss. Don't worry
Does
about
a bear
it.
shit in the woods? Can a bear tie a noose?
He did.
I guess.
Because just that I just thought of that now. I was like,
Yeah.
who the fuck did this?
Yeah.
Like Chucky's those little fingers are dexterous, I guess.
Oh, yeah. And then Mike, the cop, is at the store to arrest Andy, and he gets sliced by the drones.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about
we
that.
thought he was done too.
Yeah. And then, so Andy has this big face off with Chucky.
Well, he gets knocked out first by
Yeah.
an 8-pound teddy bear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to be your only friend. Boom. Gets hit in the back of the head.
And then Chucky's on top of him, and he's about to kill him, and then Andy distracts him by singing the Buddy song.
Dekes him out with the Buddy song.
Yeah, and smashes his head with a police car toy.
Before he started singing the song, I was really loving what Mark Hamill was doing with the voice of this doll. Because that's when he was like, maybe you're broken too.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to cut you open and see what we're dealing with. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You're creeping me out, man. He's so good.
I know.
So good at that voice.
And then, yeah, he incapacitates Chucky. And what? Does he stab him? Yeah, and he thinks that's it. And then he goes, or no.
It's after he hits him with the truck.
And then
toy
goes,
truck. Climbs up to the top, starts cutting the rope with the leaf
Right.
with the hedge trimmer.
yeah, and then tries to get his mom down, and then Chucky jumps, and then that's when you can tell that part was CGI, him
for
jumping.
Sure.
And then his mom's just dangling there, and then he jumps on the rope, and I'm like,
Just trying to add weight to the spot that
Yeah,
he kind of
fuck.
guess. And then he's lucky that Chucky had a knife. That's
yeah, and then he slices the rope off, and then that's when,
when he fell, and I was like,
yeah,
"Ugh,
that's when both his mom and Andy fall on their feet, and I'm like, "Eh."
don't break your shin bones." Ugh.
And then, and then Andy stabs Chucky.
Yeah, he tackles him, stabs him through the chest, and that's what I'm thinking. Stab him a couple more times.
Yeah, double
Come
tap
on.
him.
You never seen a horror movie. He's not dead yet.
Yeah, no.
And then a classic CGI jump right at the
Yep.
right at the
And
camera.
then Mike just shoots him. And we find out Mike's alive.
Well, this is when we started asking questions going, well, I don't think you should have shot him. She rips his head off,
Yeah, after they shoot him.
which completely destroys any chance of them like being like, hey, this is a talking doll and it's evil.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
We're going to piss it off a little bit and he's going to start getting red-eyed here.
Yeah, they get rid of like all the evidence.
And then the kids smash it after. They take it out back, like, let's beat it even more.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't understand. I'd love to see the sequel of this. Like, where are these characters now? All in prison.
Yep.
Or in an insane asylum. Like, we're not going to believe a talking doll did this, you murderous fucks. Mm-hmm. And then that was the end.
Yeah, and then it ends with another, like all the dolls getting recalled, and then one of the dolls starts glitching and his eyes start going red, and then it smiles, and then it's over, and it's like, oh, sequel bait.
I said, I don't think they need a sequel to this.
No,
This
not at all.
This, to me, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was like, there was a couple of parts where I was like, oh, yeah, okay, come on. But I didn't try to analyze it too hard. Because I went in with low expectations when I watched it for the first
Oh,
time. And I
yeah.
was like, I really enjoyed this movie. It was good. It was a good remake. And I normally never say that, except for, Total Recall. The remake with
Oh,
Colin Farrell.
Really?
Fucking badass movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
My buddy and I watched it, and this was a few years back. I said, let's just watch Total Recall. Within half an hour, we're going like, this is pretty good. We get an hour in, I'm like, this fucking movie's awesome. Get to the end, I was
Whoa.
like, that was a great
Okay.
remake. Total Recall is worth checking out. It's
Okay,
awesome. I was
I'll
actually
check
watching
it
that
out.
while I was like cooking dinner tonight, just as background sound.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
okay.
good. Yeah, but so I don't normally say I really like a remake.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was a good one. There's a few unbelievable parts, but I loved Mark Hamill's voice of
Yes,
Chucky.
that was so
that
good.
made it for me. Aubrey Plaza was great. It's believable as a mom too.
Yeah.
Which was it's surprising because I think she's only
She's
35 or
yeah,
something.
she's young.
Maybe,
But-
maybe not even in her
no.
30s.
One thing I just realized is that so they made it clear early on in the movie that Andy had a hearing aid. He was partially deaf. But they never really like added that as a suspense plot point between him and Chucky facing off or
They did once. Yeah, because they used him so he could talk directly into his ear in the store.
Yeah, but I mean like there was never a point where Andy
She's 2 years younger than me.
Oh wow.
84.
Damn. No, there was never a point where like Andy lost his hearing aid and like lost the ability to hear, upping the suspense of like trying to find Chucky.
Oh yeah,
that type of thing. Like it wasn't really used as a plot device at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then
so they didn't really need it in the movie at all.
No. And then another thing is like most of the kills in this movie were kills that like I wasn't invested in. Like that creepy utility guy that had cameras installed in everyone's apartments. Mm-hmm. Good. Glad you're dead, pervert.
Hey,
Shane.
Piece of trash.
So you
Shane
are
was a
too.
piece of trash.
The cat I felt for. That was mean. Mike's mom. That sucked. But like in the first Child's Play movie, like Andy's babysitter, his mom's like really good friend was the first kill, and like more kills in the Child's Play and Chucky franchise originally. Those deaths were just like for the majority like innocent people or like people in the wrong place at the wrong time. Whereas this one, it was like, yes, fuck you, you're dead.
Well, this one I liked it because it wasn't a a possessed doll with the personality of somebody.
That's true.
This was a learning computer programmed to learn everything and covet this child.
Yeah.
Like to the point where like I'm sure there was movies made in the 90s, like 90s and early 2000s of like the creepy friend who just wants you. And you can't have anyone else. And they're going to kill you by the end. And then they get shot by the cops because they're like, oh my God, you were serious. He's crazy.
Yeah.
It was one of those where you're like, man, there are people out there like that. And this is just that person in a doll form, voiced by a really, really great voice actor.
Yes.
I give this movie, I don't know. I give it, like, for me, it's like a 7.5 out of 10.
I was thinking a 6 or a 7.
It's good. I liked it. It wasn't, there was no lulls for me. It was only an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 25 minutes.
Perfect time.
Yep. So it was really well done. Had a good ebb and flow. Like it wasn't overly filled with murder and shit. And and for me, when I watched it, I was like, when the fuck is this dog gonna get? Like, what's gonna happen with him? I was because like I'm just kept thinking it's gonna go from I'm your friend to the end to you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the first one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that. And I was like, oh man. Like and then to like even only in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes where you're like, Jesus Christ, he's getting really creepy with this fucking voice.
It was a slow burn. That was nice.
Which I really enjoyed with a nice ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrapped up in a neat little package.
Yeah. Better not have a sequel, though.
Watch, they probably will.
Yep.
Yeah, well. Anyway. I think we're about done.
Yeah,
you're yawning like crazy.
I'm an old lady.
It's a late one. Yeah. Well, we're going to call it there.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
This is Real Garbage.